Thoroughbred Baseball is on the air and being brought to you on WCYN by Hinton Mills, Sorrel Home Medical, Harrison Memorial Hospital, Southern States, Edward Jones, Bluegrass Stockyards, Poindexter Lumber, Palmer Hampton Realty, your Cynthiana Hardys, First Methodist Church, Joe Cochran and State Farm, Judy Construction, Snappy Tomato Pizza, Michael Furnish and Farm Credit Mid-America, by El Pericanton Restaurant and Weber's Sausage, and by Friendly Dentico. And now, with all the exciting play-by-play action for the Harrison County High School Thoroughbred Baseball, here's Jim Swinford.
5 seconds.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Harrison County High School Baseball. I'm Jim Swinford, coming to you from McWhitaker Field on the Hilltop, where today the Thoroughbreds will be taking on the Black Devils of Robertson County in a big district game. It's actually going to be a doubleheader. We'll play the first one, and then we'll play the second one. That's how doubleheaders work. Harrison County, a big win last night as they came from behind twice to knock off Mason County 9-8 in 9 innings. Meanwhile, it's been a rough season for Robertson County as their record is only 1-12. But I'm just glad they've got a baseball team. They've had times before where they didn't have enough to field a team, but Coach John Brown at least has the kids out there, and that's what it's important. Great day weather-wise for baseball here on the Hilltop. We'll take this opportunity to send it back to the station to the pastor Ted Beam from First Methodist Church with today's pregame prayer.
Let's pray, please. Our Father in heaven, we thank you for your incredible love and grace to us. We thank you for these teams that have gathered wanting to play and have fun in the great competition. So we're asking you to move in a wonderful way. You help each of the teams to do well, to do even better than they all hope for. We ask you to help them learn even better tonight about the sportsmanship, about fair play, about those lessons that they can take throughout their lives. We ask you to protect them all from any injuries. We ask you to be with the parents and the fans, that it will be a wonderful time tonight. Lift both schools to you, both teams, the coaches, the officials. Will you hold them all, please, in the palm of your hand? In Jesus' name, amen. I'm Ted Beam, pastor of First Methodist Church in Cynthiana at the corner of Pike Street and Church
Thank
Street.
you.
And we hope you come worship with us this coming Sunday at 11 a.m.
Alrighty, back here at the Hilltop, Harrison County and Robertson County, a mere few minutes away from getting this game started. Let's take a look at the batting order for the Black Devils. Leading off will be their pitcher, Bentley Cook. He'll be followed by the third baseman, Ransom Wright. In the third spot, the shortstop, Oliver Brown. Batting cleanup today for Robertson County will be their catcher, Kyle Burns. He'll be followed by the first baseman, Wyatt Curtis. The sixth place batters, their center fielder, Tanner Gifford. He'll be followed by Colby Emmons, who's out in left. The second baseman is Luke Lunsford. He bats in the eighth spot. And rounding out the batting order today for the Black Devils will be their right fielder, Alex Eversole. So once again for Robertson, Cook, Wright, Brown, Burns, Curtis, Gifford, Eversole. Defensively for the Thoroughbreds, Aiden Hetmaker behind the plate. Dre Robertson. At shortstop is Blake Green. And left to right in the outfield, Easton Martin, Donovan Walker, as well as Simon Jenkins, all backing up the pitching of Bryce Coy. Bryce getting his first ever start at the varsity level. Hopefully he'll to here today. Not just his first start, his first overall for Bryce. Friday and Saturday when the Harris Memorial Hospital Invitational comes to town. Right now, the forecast is looking better than it did a couple of days ago when it almost said 100% chance of rain, but now it's down to about 70, 75, so we'll probably get those games in. Field in very good condition. Wind blowing out towards left center field today, as it seems like it has like for 2 months everywhere we go, whether it's here or elsewhere or Florida. The wind has been blowing out. And it's helped a lot of home runs for Harrison County cross over the fence. As we said, last night's game was an exciting one. Harrison County fell behind early in the game 3-1. trailed by a 6-4 margin later on, and then were down by a score of 8-6 before tying it up. Eventually the game going to extra innings. With 2 outs and nobody on base, Easton Martin sent one that looked like it might have had a chance to get out of here, but it bounced on the top of the fence back into play for a double. But no reason to fear. Ian Hopkins came to the plate and ripped a double down the right field line, scoring Martin with the game-winning run and giving Harrison County their 15th win of the season. Already the shadows of the third base dugout starting to crawl towards the third base line. This is a doubleheader. The second game will be played probably under mostly lighted conditions, but that's still a ways to go. We got to win these games to make sure we have that number 1 seed in the district tournament. But first things first, national anthem coming up, so what we'll do is take a listen to it, after which we'll take a break and then come back for the first pitch of today's game between Harrison County and Robertson County. But right now, let's bring you our Star Spangled Banner.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
At Hinton Mills, we consider ourselves part of your farm team. From scouting.
Congratulations, you're officially an agent.
Sweet. I get one of those cool agent names, right? Like Viper or Shadow?
Well, Wayne, we're thinking you go by Wayne?
Oh, yeah. Wayne's fine too.
With Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, there's an agent in every county who's involved in the community, which means you'll know your agent by name. In this case, Wayne.
I got it. What about 006?
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
Dreaming of the perfect home? Whether you're buying, selling, or just exploring your options, Palmer Hampton Realty is here to guide you every step of the way. Located in the heart of Cynthiana, we know this community like no one else. From charming historic homes to modern dream properties, we'll find the perfect fit for you. Call Trish Jenkins today at 859-588-5590 and let's make your real estate dreams a reality.
They're on in the first of a doubleheader. As we said, the Breds will be off tomorrow and then participate in the Harris Memorial Hospital Baseball Invitational Friday and Saturday. We'll talk about that more as the game goes along. Thoroughbreds rocking it right now. The state's leader in the average number of runs scored per game at 11.47. And when you can average 11 runs per game, you're going to be able to win most of them, which Harrison County has at 15-2. Meanwhile, the lone win for the Black Devils this year came against Newport High School. They won that game 8-5 back on April the 6th. Since that time, as we said, they're 1-12 overall. The Black Devils have lost 8 in a row. Leading things off for them, though, here in the top of the first will be Bentley Cook, who's also pitching today.
Leading off, number 3, Bentley Cook.
Cook batting 130 on the year. Has a triple and an RBI. 8th grader and left-hander. Bryce Coy gets the sign from Aiden Hatmaker, his battery mate. The wind and the lefty's first pitch is going to be down low for ball one. Over at third base, Walker Courtney a couple of steps in on the infield grass. As Bryce Coy gets the sign. And the next pitch is going to be in the dirt. This count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. Pretty good crowd for today's game. Not like we had yesterday, though, when it was really big. As the next pitch is delivered in the dirt for ball 3. 3-0 to the leadoff batter for Robertson County here in the top of the first. We just got started. Game time at 5:42 in case you're checking on such things at home. The wind and the 3-0 pitch is going to be a pop-up in behind home plate. Hatmaker grabs it for out number 1. So 1 up and 1 down here in the top of the first. That'll bring Ransom Wright to the plate.
Ransom Wright.
Wright, the third baseman today for Robertson County. Let's see. And Ransom Wright on the season, batting .400. 2 out of 5. Another 8th grader. First pitch to him is going to be a little high for ball 1. Ransom Wright wears the number 4 on the back of his jersey. The wind by Bryce Coy, and the pitch is going to be down low as the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. Breds coming into the game on a 3-game winning streak. This is also our second of an 8-game homestand. Next pitch is on the outside part of the plate for a strike. Breds will not go on the road again until a week from today when we'll go to Montgomery County. The wind and the next pitch is going to be on the outside part of the plate, evening things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Awaiting the next pitch is Wright. And Bryce Coy's break even is going to, I thought it was going to drop in there for a strike, but it's called a ball. And that'll load up the count at 3-2. 1 out, nobody on for Robertson County here in the top of the first. No score as of yet. With Bryce Coy making his debut on the mound. And the payoff is going to be tip foul into the mid of Hatmaker for strikeout number 1. Our first Joe Cochran at State Farm strikeout. So 2 up and 2 down for the shortstop Oliver Brown. Brown, a junior, batting .056 on the year on 1 out of 18. Chokes up on the bat handle about an inch. First pitch is on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Wind blowing just enough where it might aid a ball in the air. Next pitch is a pop-up on the third base side. Camping under it and making the grab will be Martin for out number 3. So 3 up and 3 down here in the top of the first for the Black Devils. Your score, Robertson County nothing, and Harrison County coming to bat. You're listening to Thoroughbred Baseball on WCYN Sports.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Kentucky Farm Bureau agents wear a lot of hats. They're coaches, volunteers, church members, neighbors, someone who's there when you need them, especially when you need them most. That may be a lot of hats, but they're all the perfect fit. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Alrighty, back here at the Hilltop, the Robertson County Black Devils go scoreless in the top of the first. Let's see what our guys can do against Bentley Cook, the pitcher today for the Black Devils in our end of the first inning. Leading off will be the right fielder, Simon Jenkins. He'll be followed by the left fielder, Easton Martin. Third place batter will be Dre Roberts, who's playing at first base today. Cleaning up will be the shortstop, Blake Green. Batting fifth will be Bryce Coy, who's on the mound. He'll be followed by Cooper Slade, who's the designated hitter, batting for the third baseman, Walker Courtney. The seventh place batter, the center fielder, Donovan Walker. He'll be followed by Easton Reynolds, who's over at second. And rounding out the batting order will be Aiden Hatmaker, who's behind the plate. So once again for the Breds, Jenkins, Martin, Roberts, Green, Bryce Coy, Slade, Walker, Reynolds, and Hatmaker. Defensively for Robertson County, Kyle Burns is behind the plate with Wyatt Curtis at first and Luke Lunsford at second. Ransom Wright is at third base with Oliver Brown at short. Colby Emmons is patrolling left field. Tanner Gifford is out in center. And over at right field, Alex Eversole, all backing up Bentley Cook's pitching. Cook on the season, making his fifth appearance. This will be his first start, though. So far in those other four appearances, he threw 2 innings, giving up 21 hits and 3 walks while striking out 3. He's given up 25 runs, 17 of which have been earned, has no record, and a 59.50 earned run average. The wind and the first pitch is going to be fouled off by Jenkins for strike 1. Take a look at Jenkins' numbers on the year after this next delivery to him. As Cook gets the sign from his battery mate Burns. Here's a bouncer to third base. Ransom Wright picks it up, fires across a diamond, but it will not be in time. So an infield single for Simon Jenkins gets things started in a good way for Harrison County here in the bottom half of the first inning. I'll bring the left fielder Easton Martin to the plate.
Now batting number 20, Easton Martin.
Martin, a freshman on the year, now batting .265. Couple of doubles, a homer. He's also driven in 7. Over at first base, a pretty good sized lead by Jenkins. Here's a rip down the left field line. Foul, though, for strike 1. Retreating back to first base is Jenkins. Simon does have a steal to his record this year. Harrison County with 70 steals as a team overall. In 74 chances, only been caught 4 times. Waggling the bat over his right shoulder is Martin, and the pitch is going to be taken on the outside part of the plate for strike 2. So Martin in the hole. Stands back in there now as glancing over to first base is Cook. And the pitch is going to be ripped into left center field, and this one is going to go all the way and bounce over the fence. So a ground rule double for Easton Martin. Puts runners on second and third. That double to just left center field. So 2 on and none out for Dre Roberts.
Now batting number 35, Dre Roberts.
Roberts on the season, batting .296. Has a home run and 9 RBIs. Now bats with 2 runners in scoring position. First delivery to him is going to be down low, however, for ball 1. Roberts on the year batting a solid .364 in these situations. Those in which there are at least 1 or 2 runners in scoring position. Next pitch is bounced foul to the left side and into the Robertson County dugout. This count evens up at 1-1. Well, like a good neighbor, Joe Cochran with State Farm Insurance is there. Looking for a new quote? Give Joe a call at 859-234-3813. Joe always supports the Breds and the Phillies. Next pitch is swung on and missed as the count goes to 1-2 on Roberts. Phillies off today. They'll be back in action tomorrow up at Bishop Brossart. The wind by Cook, and the pitch is a bouncer foul once again to the left side. So Roberts staying alive with a couple of 2-strike foul balls. Harrison County in their gray uniforms with Harrison County in script across the front. This next pitch is a fly ball down the left field line. It's going to drop in there for a base hit as it hits the wall on a couple of hops. 1 run scores. Martin will score as well on the 2-run double by Dre Roberts. Harrison County goes up here early, 2-0. Some color in my boxes.
Now batting
For Roberts, that's his
Blake Green.
first double of the season. Gives him 2 RBIs, which gives him 11 overall now. Blake Green at the plate. Ball is behind him as he gets out of the way for ball 1. Green having a terrific senior season, batting .420. He's got 6 doubles, which is most on the team. 3 home runs, which is third most on the squad. He's also scored 28 runs, which is best on the team as well. Next pitch is swung on and missed as the count goes even at 1-1. Harrison County as a team in the top 10 across the Commonwealth in several categories. We'll talk about that over the next few innings. Next pitch to Green is a bouncer to third. Glove by the third baseman right. His throw to first, though, will not be in time. Going on over to third base is Roberts on the play. So an infield single for Green. Puts runners on the corners.
Now batting number 44, Bryce Coy.
So with runners on the corners, Bryce Coy to the plate. Bryce has not batted very often this year. In fact, he is 0 for 1. So first pitch is outside for ball 1. Has a chance to help his own cause here, though. Harrison County already leading 2-0 and threatening to score some more. Cook wheels and deals the next pitch, which is going to hit Mr. Coy on the back of the helmet. So the bases are loaded with thoroughbreds with nobody out here in the bottom of the first for Cooper Slade.
Now batting number 16, Cooper Slade.
Slade, the designated hitter for the third baseman, Walker Courtney. Cook's first pitch to him is going to be fouled off the plate for strike 1. Overall, Slade on the year, batting .447. That's second best on the team. Has 5 doubles, a triple, and 12 RBIs, along with 21 base hits, which is tied for first on the team. Number 16 stands in there. And the pitch is going to be outside for a ball. At El Paracutan, daily lunch specials and the always popular buffet are calling your name. Plan a visit soon to the Harrison Square and enjoy a meal at El Paracutan. Roberts at third, Green at second. Here's a pop fly into center field, and it's going to go over the head of the center fielder. Coming home to score will be Roberts. On his tail is Green. So 2 more runs come across the plate for the Thoroughbreds to make the score 4-0 here in the bottom of the first on the 2-run double by Cooper Slade.
Now batting number 22, Donovan Walker.
Donovan Walker to the plate now. Stands in there as he awaits the first delivery to him. And the pitch is high and inside for ball 1. Still nobody out in the inning. Walker, the 7th man to bat. Donovan on the air batting .380. Next pitch is swung on and missed as he tried to kill it. Walker on the season, 5 doubles, a team leading 7 home runs, which is tied for third in the state. Also leads the team in RBIs with 27. Cook's next pitch is way inside this time as the count goes to 2-1 on Walker. Over at third base, the runner being held on by the third baseman, Ransom Wright. The wind and the next pitch is going to be outside. 3 balls and a strike to count to Walker. Well, the last thing the Cook wants to do is give Donovan something good to hit. As the Bread center fielder wheels the bat around. Next pitch is a batted ball past the second baseman and into right field. Runner comes home to score as it's now 5-0. Yeah, we'll have to give that an error. Sorry, Mr. Second Baseman Luke Lunsford.
Number 7, Easton Reynolds.
Easton Reynolds to the plate now for the Breads. Easton, an 8th grader, batting .500 on 1 out of 2. Now the ball gets by for ball 1. Over at first base, Walker is not being held on. But in a game like this, everything's pretty much station to station. Check of the runners by Cook. And the pitch is a bouncer to second. Lunsford scoops it up. He'll pitch it to his shortstop, Oliver Brown, covering second for the first out of the inning. However, on the play, Slade comes home to score run number 6. So 4-6. And the fielder's choice. He also gets an RBI. Aiden Hatmaker to the plate now. Hatmaker behind the plate for the Breads today. First pitch swinging, a fly ball into left is going to bounce in there for a base hit. Heading on over to second base is Reynolds on the single by Hatmaker. So back to the top of the order as the Breads have batted around. It's Simon Jenkins at the plate. Jenkins singled earlier in the inning. Eventually came around to score. A look back at second by Cook. And the pitch is a pop-up on the right side and out of play. It hits the bleachers for a count of 0-1 on Jenkins. Some more baseballs being delivered to the home plate umpire. Breads will play the first game of the Harrison Memorial Hospital on Friday at 5:15 against the Juggernauts of Lloyd Memorial. Then around 7:30 on Friday, West Jessamine, the Colts, will take on Newport Central Catholic. Cook takes a look at the runners on first and second bases. And the pitch is going to be called a strike. The count goes to 0-2. Six runs already in the inning for the Breads. So the next pitch is on the outside corner for strike 3. First strikeout delivered by Bentley Cook. We'll bring Easton Martin back to the plate. Easton had a ground rule double his first time up. Later came around to score on Roberts' double.
Now batting number 20, Easton Martin.
Martin waggles the bat over his right shoulder. And Cook's first pitch to him is going to be taken up high for ball 1. Martin gets the sign before stepping back in the batter's box. Mark Sadler in the third base coaching box today. And the pitch is going to be high once again for ball 2. Well, the Reds won earlier today. 6-1, I think, was the final score. They sweep the series over the Tampa Bay Rays and are now in first place in the National League Central by an entire game over Chicago. Here's our bouncer back to the mound, gloved by the pitcher Cook. His throw to first is in time to retire Martin for out number 3. But 6 runs do cross the plate in the frame. It came courtesy of 6 base hits. There was 1 error and 2 men left aboard. As we head now to the top half of the second inning, your score, Harrison County 6 and Robertson County nothing. You're listening to Thoroughbred Baseball on WCYN Sports.
Dreaming of the perfect home? Whether you're buying, selling, or just exploring your options, Palmer Hampton Realty is here to guide you every step of the way. Located in the heart of Cynthiana, we know this community like no one else. From charming historic homes to modern dream properties, we'll find the perfect fit for you. Call Mary Todd Ashbrook today at 859-588-1520 and let's make your real estate dreams a reality. At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Robertson County leads by a score of 6-0 in the top of the second. For Robertson County, it'll be the middle third of the order. Kyle Burns, Wyatt Curtis, and Tanner Gifford facing off against Bryce Coy, who retired the side in the top half of the first inning. Burns, the catcher. He's a junior, batting .133 on 2 of 15.
Kyle Burns.
Has an RBI and 3 runs scored. Robertson County in their red tops with Robertson County and block letters across the front. Their black baseball pants. First pitch is swung on and missed for strike one. This is the first of 2 games today for these two teams as the next pitch is taken down low. Count evens up at 1-1. Over at third, Courtney a couple of steps in on the infield grass. Although Burns has not shown bunt on either of the first 2 pitches. Next delivery is in the dirt. This count goes to 2-1. Said the Reds are now a game ahead of the Cubs, or actually 2 games ahead of the Cubs after sweeping the Rays, and the Reds have now won 6 games in a row. And lo and behold, the strength is the middle relievers. The next pitch is swung on and missed. Middle relief has been a thorn in the side of Reds fans for the past 20 years at least. But this year's crop of relievers are actually getting the job done. Next pitch is up high as the count goes full at 3-2. So yay Reds. Keep the good times rolling. Getting the sign from his battering 8 hat maker is Bryce Coy, and the pitch is going to be inside for ball 4. So the first base runner for Robertson County gets on base with nobody out here in the top of the second.
44, Wyatt Curtis.
Wyatt Curtis, the first baseman, to the plate. Curtis batting .158. Does have 5 RBIs, which is best on the team. First delivery to him is swung on and missed for strike one. Reds trying to pick up a couple of more wins today to add on to their current 3-game win streak. Next pitch is going to go past the catcher, and we'll call that a wild pitch. Count goes even at 1-1 on the batter Wyatt Curtis. Burns now down at second base. The wind, and here goes the runner to third. The pitch is swung on and missed. For strike 2, but a steal by Burns puts a run for Robertson County just 90 feet away. From the stretch now, Bryce Coy's next pitch is way outside as the count goes even at 2-2. 6-0 your score. Harrison County scoring half a dozen runs in the top or bottom half of the first inning. Next pitch is way inside. This count goes full at 3-2. Wind starting to blow out a little bit harder than it was at game time. Payoff pitch is in the dirt. Another walk. Ball gets past the catcher, and coming in to score will be Burns with the first run of the game for the Black Devils. Well,
Now
have to call that one a
number
pass
11,
ball.
Tanner Gifford.
Tanner Gifford to the plate now. Gifford playing in center field today. He's a senior, batting .071 on 1 out of 14. Check of the runner at first by Bryce Coy, and the pitch is going to be on the outside corner for strike one. 6-1 here in the top of the second. Harrison County up on Robertson County. And the next pitch is right down Main Street. This count goes to 0-2. Bryce Coy on the mound, making his first varsity appearance. And the next pitch is going to be swung on and missed for strike three. Another Joe Cochran at State Farm strikeout. Colby Emmons will come to the plate now.
Now batting number 10, Colby Emmons.
Emmons wears the number 7. Freshman batting 0-0-0 as he's 0 for 5. First pitch taken for strike one. The Reds are having their Hall of Fame ceremony this coming weekend. This next pitch is delivered. 4 very important people in the history of Cincinnati Reds baseball are about to be inducted, including Brandon Phillips, Aaron Harang, Reggie Sanders, and Lou Piniella. Should be a great time had by all as the next pitch is down low for ball 2-1 the count. In an interesting turn of events, Brandon Phillips, who played from 2006 to 2016 for Cincinnati, is going to sign a one-day contract on Saturday. Next pitch is in the dirt, gets past the catcher Hatmaker, and on down to second on the pass ball will go Curtis. He wanted to sign a one-day contract with the Cincinnati Reds so he could retire as a Red, which I thought was pretty cool. Phillips, a tremendous second baseman in his playing days in Cincinnati after we got him from Detroit. Next pitch is inside for ball 4. So runners on first and second.
Now batting.
A run already in here in the top of the second for Robertson. As Luke Lunsford, the second baseman, will come to the plate. Lunsford listed as a 7th grader. He's 0 for 2 this season. Chokes up on the bat handle about a half an inch. As Bryce Coy gets the sign from Hatmaker. And the pitch is going to be down low for ball 1. Brandon Phillips, one of just 3 players in Cincinnati Reds history to be a 30-30 hitter, which means he got 30 home runs and 30 stolen bases in the same season. Next pitch taken at the knees for a strike. The other 2, legendary. Eric Davis and Barry Larkin. So some pretty fine company there. Should be a fun time on Saturday at the Hall of Fame ceremony. Next pitch is going to be swung on for a strike as the count goes to 1-2. Runners on first and second take their respective leads. And the pitch is a little poke to the right side in foul territory. Picking it up will be Roberts. So Dre Roberts with the fielded foul ball. 2 outs now in the inning for Alex Eversole.
Now batting number 14, Alex Eversole.
Eversole playing in right field. Find him here. First pitch is going to be taken for a strike. Eversole. Eversole. I don't think Eversole's played this year. Maybe he's listed on the roster. No, he's listed on the roster. He just hadn't played this season till now. So he bounces the next pitch foul. Count goes to 0-2 on him with 2 on and 2 out. Bryce Coy trying to get out and get back in the dugout with any more damage being done. Next pitch to Eversole is swung on and missed for strike 3. Nope. Strike 2. 1-2 the count now. Now they figure it out. I thought I was right. 1 run comes across the plate in the inning, though. Came courtesy of no base hits. There were no errors, and 2 men were left on base. We're heading now to the bottom of the second with your score. Harrison County 6 and Robertson County 1. You're listening to Thoroughbred Baseball on WCYN Sports.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars. I believe in always finding a way to do what you love. I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Dreaming of the perfect home? Whether you're buying, selling, or just exploring your options, Palmer Hampton Realty is here to guide you every step of the way. Located in the heart of Cynthiana, we know this community like no one else. From charming historic homes to modern dream properties, we'll find the perfect fit for you. Call Katie Bowman today at 859-595-4234 and let's make your real estate dreams a reality.
Alrighty, back here at the Hilltop, Harrison County will take a 6-1 lead into the bottom half of the second inning. Back on the mound for his second inning of work will be Bentley Cook, the starter for Robertson County. For the Thoroughbreds, it'll be Roberts, Green, and Bryce Coy coming to the plate. The Breds sent 11 batters to the dish in that 6-run first. Reds 15-2 coming into today's ball game. Jacob Phelps will bat for Roberts.
Jacob Phelps.
So pencil Phelps in here in the second. First pitch to him is up high for ball 1. Phelps on the season 0 for 2, but he has walked once. Wind and the next pitch is way inside as the count goes to 2-0. Ball gets past the pitcher and over to the shortstop, Oliver Brown, who gets it back into the hands of Cook. Phelps, a sophomore. Next pitch is high and inside as the count goes to 3 balls and no strikes. Imagine Phelps will be taken all the way on this pitch. Cook gets the sign, winds and fires the next delivery outside for ball 4. So with a runner on first base, coming to the plate will be another pinch hitter for the Thoroughbreds, as Noah Beagle will bat.
Now batting number 11, Noah Beagle.
So Beagle playing in his second game as a varsity Thoroughbred. First pitch taken for strike 1. Make that Beagle has walked once. Over at first, Phelps takes his lead. And the pitch to Beagle is going to be a pop-up on the left side of the infield, calling for it. The third baseman right, he cannot find it. And all hands are going to be safe. That might have been a little bit sun-aided. Error, hit. What do you think, Jake?
Now batting number 44,
okay.
Bryce Coy.
We'll give him a hit. So runners on first and second. Nobody out. as Bryce Coy will bat. Bryce was hit by a pitch, later came around. Well, he didn't come around to score, a pinch runner did. 6-1, but Harrison County threatening to score some more. Pitch to Bryce is going to be swung on and missed for strike one. Luckily, it's a very pretty day for baseball. Look back at second by Cook, and the pitch is going to be a bouncer foul to the left side. This count goes to 0-2. B.J. Napier running at first base for Beagle. Next delivery is going to come right across the plate for strike three. Nice pitch. So one down, those runners still at first and second. And now coming to the dish to bat will be Walker Courtney.
Now batting number 33, Walker Courtney.
And the second. First pitch taken for ball one. Courtney wears the number 33 on the back of his jersey, just a freshman. Cook a glance back at second, and the pitch is sliced foul down to Shirley Field, where the count will even up at 1-1. Tomorrow's Phillies game at Bishop Brossart will be on the radio, if you can't make it up 27 yourself. Next pitch to Walker is a bouncer back to the mound. Cook will throw the ball to first base to get the sure out as the runners move up 90 paces. And there are now runners on second and third and two out.
Now batting number 12, Dawson Williams.
Dawson Williams will now bat for Walker. Harrison County up by a score of 6-1. And the first pitch to Williams is going to be fouled off for strike one. Over at third base is Phelps. At second base, Napier running for Beagle, who reached on a base hit. Next pitch is fouled off and out of play for strike two. And I can hear the train a-coming. It's coming around the bend. A check of the runners by Cook. And the pitch is going to be inside. 1-2 now the count to Williams. Dawson, a freshman, is 1 for 2 this season and has one of the 5 triples that Harrison County has hit this year. Here's a little pop into right field. Eversole will not be able to make the grab. Both Phelps and Napier score. And into second will go Williams. And I'm afraid we're going to have to call that one an error. I'm willing to go a long ways a lot of time, but that one was very catchable.
Number 7, Easton Reynolds.
Easton Reynolds returns to the plate. He had an RBI fielder's choice his first time up. 8-1 now the score. Harrison County up as the first pitch is swung on and missed. An eye-high fastball that Reynolds couldn't lay off of for strike number one. We are in the bottom of the second inning. Harrison with 6 in the first and 2 more here in the second. Next pitch is fouled straight back. This count goes to 0-2. For over 70 years, Weber Sausage has delivered the best Kentucky flavor to your breakfast table. From the first sizzle to the last bite, it's a taste you can trust. Find them in your favorite meat department. Glance back at second base, and the pitch is going to be a pop-up on the left side of the infield. Ransom Wright, the third baseman, is there to make the grab for out number 3. But 2 more runs come across the plate for the Thoroughbreds. They did it courtesy of 1 base hit. There was 1 error and 1 man left aboard. We're heading now to the top of the third with your score. Harrison County 8 and Robertson County 1. You're listening to Thoroughbred Baseball on WCYN Sports.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Congratulations. You're officially an agent.
Sweet. I get one of those cool agent names, right? Like Viper or Shadow?
Well, Wayne, we're thinking you go by Wayne?
Oh, yeah. Wayne's fine too.
With Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, there's an agent in every county who's involved in the community, which means you'll know your agent by name. In this case, Wayne.
I got it. What about 006?
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
To 1 as we move to the third inning. Thoroughbreds trying to get the victory, which would move them to 15-2 on the season. Looks like we got Bryce Coy still on the mound. He'll be facing the top of the order. Bentley Cook, followed by Ransom Wright, and then Oliver Brown. Let's see, might have a new third baseman. Find out who that is real quick.
Now batting number 3, Bentley Cook.
Cook steps to the plate. He popped out in foul territory to the catcher his first time up. First delivery to him is going to be down low for ball 1. At El Paracutan Daily Lunch Specials and the always popular buffet are calling your name. Excuse me. Plan a visit soon to the Harrison Square and enjoy a meal at El Paracutan. Cook, a left-handed batter, facing the left-handed throwing Bryce Coy. Swing and a miss at the next offering. This count goes 1-1. The Black Devils are off until next Tuesday when they'll make a trip to Williamstown to take on the Demons. So Black Devils and Demons all at the same field. I bet there'll be big dark clouds over top of it. Next pitch is taken on the outside corner for a strike as the count goes to 1-2. On the leadoff batter for Robertson here in the top of the third. They trail 8-1. Wind by Bryce, and the pitch is a slow roller to the left side. Throw to first base will be in time to retire Cook for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 down brings Ransom Wright back to the plate.
Ransom Wright.
Wright struck out when he came to bat before. I don't think we ever finished up with the Harris Memorial Hospital schedule. We talked about Friday's games, I know. At 10 o'clock on Saturday, Harrison County will play Newport Central Catholic, so Thoroughbreds versus Thoroughbreds. Some of us that spell it correctly and some of us that don't. We'll let you decide as the first pitch goes down low for ball 1. Then at 12:15, Newcastle will stick around to take on Lloyd Memorial. The wind and the next pitch is outside. The 2:45 game will pit West Jasmine against Lloyd Memorial. And then the final game, which will begin around 4:45 or so, Harrison County will play West Jasmine. So a full day of baseball here on the hilltop, weather permitting, as the next pitch is down low for a ball. 3-0 the count to Ransom Wright with 1 out and nobody on. Getting the sign is Bryce Coy, and the pitch is way high. So another walk issued, his third walk given up in the game.
Number 32, Oliver Brown.
Oliver Brown to the plate now. Brown had a fly ball out to left field when he came to bat before. Look over there at first base by Bryce, and the pitch is going to be taken for strike one. Wright acted as if he was going to take off, but after about 3 steps, he put on the brakes. Next pitch is a swing and a miss by Brown for strike two. Good changeup that time by Bryce Coy. And the 0-2 delivery is going to be swung on and missed. The batter's out, but the runner on first didn't have to come back to the bag, but he did anyway. So there will be a little bit of a rules instructional on the way back to Mount Olivet on what to do if you're on first base and there's a pass ball. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and as it ends up, nobody was left on base. So as we head to the bottom of the third, your score, Harrison County 8 and Robertson County 1. You're listening to Thoroughbred Baseball on WCYN Sports.
Dreaming of the perfect home? Whether you're buying, selling, or just exploring your options, Palmer Hampton Realty is here to guide you every step of the way. Located in the heart of Cynthiana, we know this community like no one else. From charming historic homes to modern dream properties, we'll find the perfect fit for you. Call Doug Hampton today at 859-588-7120 and let's make your real estate dreams a reality. At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Alrighty, back here at the Hilltop, we're heading to the bottom half of the third inning. Harrison County leading by a score of 8-1. Top of the order, or bottom of the order coming up, and we may have a few or more pinch hitters. Aiden Hatmaker will be the first one up. He singled to left field his first time up, but was later stranded. This is the first of a doubleheader. We'll have another game after this one.
Now batting number 3, Aiden Hatmaker.
Out in right field, Alex Eversole playing him fairly shallow. This Hatmaker stands in. First pitch to the 8th grader is going to be inside for ball one. Forgot to look to see if there's a good contingent of Black Devil fans, and there's a few of them over there.